Hi, everyone.
Heidi, Heidi, ho.
Carolyn and Jana here with Holistic Institute of Wellness. We are so happy that you are joining us. And today we are talking about expanding your cosmic awareness.
One of my favorite topics.
Yes, Jana loves this topic. So,
I do.
Jana.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about expanding our cosmic awareness?
Okay, so cosmic awareness, it's true, one of my favorite topics, because it's literally just, it's about what's going on above us. There really is a whole new world above us. And you can cover it in a myriad of ways. Okay, so you know how we are always talking about connecting in with your angels, connecting in with your ascended masters. Excuse me. Well, it's a real thing. See this beautiful frame picture right behind me? That is called the violet flame, and that is the violet flame of Saint Germain. He is one of our ascended masters. It can be said he is the ascended master of the seventh ray. Okay, he is also the one who is the keeper of the violet flame for the next 2,000 years. Mm-hmm. Again, when we talk about cycles, and we've spoken about it before, certainly in classes, and other people are talking about it, Mother Earth really is going through a cyclical change right now. We are in the middle of the next 2,000 years of the Golden Age. The violet flame is what we call in to help us clear and cleanse all the energetics that just do not serve us. Or if you go into a room and you feel it's kind of sketchy, call in the violet flame and ask for the room to be cleared. So with cosmic awareness, what I want you to begin to think about, and it's okay if it feels uncomfortable, by all means, don't push it, but just begin to think about there being another world. And there is a reason why our ancestors used the skies for the constellations to guide them, especially our mariners. They used it at nighttime to get them to the shores and to get them to their locations. The stars have been guiding us literally from the very beginning of our existence, truly, as Mother Earth and humanity. So,
and Jana, if I may, just real quickly,
yes.
So part of what you were talking about earlier, where we are essentially, we have moved actually out of the Piscean age into the age of Aquarius.
Correct.
And so that, going back to what you were saying in reference to Master Saint Germain, the violet flame that you were speaking of, that's part of that transition into the new age of enlightenment. And it's literally a passage from age of Aquarius to age of Pisces to age of Aquarius. And the other thing that we want to mention to you all is to begin, if you don't already, start following some astrology work.
Right. It's truly the map of how to get through all of this. It will help you understand what's happening. Yes, it may feel and seem convoluted, but we follow people that are so beautifully user-friendly, because even the astrologers realized if they're going to get the message out, they have got to figure out a way to communicate, as opposed to throwing out a lot of the wording that they use, which is beautiful, but sometimes it just feels convoluted and it's kind of difficult to follow. So Pamela Gregory, Molly McCord, Heather Ensworth, these are all, Elizabeth Peru, all fabulous astrologers, literally all over the world. This is the fun part about astrology now. We can literally follow people all over the world, and they're all bringing in the same message with their own spin. So it's very interesting to, like Pamela Gregory, she's living in the middle of the UK, if I'm correct?
That's correct.
And
I think it's Pam Gregory.
Pam Gregory, so sorry.
Not to be mixed up with Pamela Gregory.
I apologize. My bad. So, but it's interesting where we're getting our information from, especially at the hot spots of the world. With the UK, of course, was one of the big hot spots and still is. So we use astrology. We've begun to completely use astrology truly as one of our guides now.
Yeah, it's a great navigational tool.
Completely. And it makes sense if you're having one of those days and you're like, what is going on? Like, why? Why is it getting even more cray-cray? How is it that you can get on the road and you can feel it? It's truly just cray-cray. Nobody's paying attention. It almost feels lawless. And people are just doing their own things. Well, go to astrology and you'll find out that the planet Mars is front and center. Mars is all about fiery, anger, aggression, passion.
Yeah. And speaking of Mars, also, Mars is now in the sign of Gemini, and typically Mars, a sign will stay in a particular sign, or a planet will stay in a particular sign for like 2 months, but Gemini will be in Mars until, I believe I read, March of 2023. So essentially what that's going to do is, Mars is this fiery planet where Gemini is this more airy planet, and so there's going to be a lot of restructuring around communication and how we actually express ourselves over these next 6 months. So that's just something to really be aware of as you're moving through it. And as Jana was mentioning, getting a hold of some astrology information will help you navigate and also help you expand that cosmic awareness, because the astrology, the stars, that is really part of our blueprint. Like the time that we were born down to the very minute is very specific to our life path and journey here. And the more you can learn about that and understand it, the more you're going to have more insight into yourself.
Right, which will help.
Yes. And if you want a really good, like more, I would say 5D reading, higher level consciousness type astrology reading, a beautiful soul in Andrews, North Carolina, Marilyn DeMont, is a wonderful astrologer that really dials into not only just your, birth time and how your planets are laid out, but what your role is in this collective soup. And so that is a great way to get started in understanding that cosmic awareness and expanding it.
Yeah. It's time to just get some more tools. Really, it will help you wrap your mind around what's happening at times, especially when there's no logic to it. And we are exiting a reality where logic ruled. And logic is kind of getting blended now. So it's a very interesting place to be when we simply can't put logic to it. Mm-hmm. Well, then where do we go from there? It's a weird place to be. And it's a new place to be because of what's happening. Our consciousness is rising.
Yeah.
This is part of the cosmic awareness. Your frequency and your DNA is literally changing. Okay, we used to be known as 12-strand DNA. Long ago, back in Lemurian days, even before then, pure spirit. Mm-hmm. Very high intuitive because we were completely dialed in.
Right.
Through the eons and eons of time. That got moved down to 2 strands of DNA. We are now operating at 2 strands, which is why a lot of things feel like they are out of reach for us. Mm-hmm. People say they don't hear their guides, they don't hear their angels, they don't understand, they don't have intuition. We all do. Every single one of us. It's literally in the blueprint that Carolyn was just talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, we are literally our divine beingness. Gosh, it just
essence.
Thank you. Our divine essence, and our divine promise is that we are to be very highly evolved, and we are headed back that direction. Like we've talked about before, we're just in the middle of the bumpy part. We've got to get through the bumpy part before truly nirvana comes in.
Yeah.
So we have been using astrology for easily a good 3 years now, 4, to begin to help us navigate from a different angle. That's all that it does. It really helps you when you just can't put You can't put your brain around it. And it makes no sense, and it will not make any sense. What's happening today doesn't make sense. So how are we going to approach that? And how are we going to get through that?
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to mention real quickly is that, Jana and I do get asked a lot about, well, how do I do this? How do I access, my intuition? It takes inner work. Yes. It really does, and I know those of you that are listening and those of you that follow us, you hear us say this often, but you have to do your work. You have to do your inner work. You have to dig down in there. You have to clear out your old belief systems. You have to move past your self-limiting thoughts and behaviors and conditioning and open yourself up to the possibility of expansion within your own mind and in your own body so that you can actually allow the light and information to come into you. You have to do that. It's just part of it. It's part of the journey. And the more that you do that, the more that it opens you up, it does expand your awareness, which then in turn expands your consciousness and allows you to have more access to your intuition, to your angels, to your guides, and to everything around you, and also just to other planetary awarenesses. So it's all there, and it's all within. You've just got to unlock it.
Right. So think about that. Think of how it's time. It's time. Your higher self is ready to take it to the next level. And our planet must take it to the next level.
Yeah.
We are the only planet left in this solar system, okay? In our solar system, talking cosmic now, that has not ascended yet. Okay? It was already written long ago that the whole solar system was going to ascend together. We're the only ones that haven't because we've got humans on this planet. And we are literally getting in the way of ourselves. Okay? We are ready. Literally everybody knows above us. The ascended masters, the angelic realms, the hierarchies, the extraterrestrials. They all know what's happening down here. And they're watching us. They're protecting us. They are keeping us safe. There are several races above us that is their job, is to keep us safe. Literally, keep the planet safe and the humans. It's in our destiny to ascend. Mm-hmm. So what the heck? Yes, E.T. is real. He really did go home. And that's where we're supposed to be going. So let's go home all together when it's time. That was good.
That's awesome. E.T. is real. So true. So true. All right, Jana. Well, let's take just a few moments and we'll do our card pull for the month.
Yes.
Asking for the energy to present itself of what we need to pay attention to this month as we move through this next opening and gateway into this summer. No, excuse me, into the fall equinox. Oh my goodness, that's another thing with me.
Timelines.
Timelines.
We'll talk about that later.
That's another video.
That's a cup of tea.
So, yes. So if everyone, if you'll tune in for a moment, closing your eyes and just taking a nice couple of breaths, just centering yourself. And we're going to call in our beautiful divine teams, and we're going to ask them, what is the energy we need to focus on for the month of September as we move into the fall equinox? What is our area of focus? What area of life do we need to pay attention to? Inspiration. It's a beautiful card. Number 11.
I turned right to it.
Wonderful.
Cool. That was meant to be. Sacral chakra. Second chakra. Sacral chakra, right? Right below the belly button.
Beautiful.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
You have called this card into your awareness today because it is time to become inspired. Find your passion and share it with the world. Inspiration is constantly flowing through and around you at all times and is inviting you to align with and connect to it, its powerful energy and its creative energy. What inspires you and makes your soul shine? It's time to surround yourself with inspiring people, books, experiences, and anything that infuses you with inspiration. Have you been feeling bored or stale lately? What do you love to do that brings you creative inspiration? Whatever it is that fills you with energy, it is now time to bring it into your world. When you are driven by inspiration, it brings motivation, joy, happiness into your being. This wave of energy will bring forth amazing positivity to your world, allowing you to feel content and with a sense of purpose in your life. When you are inspired and living in this vibration, those around you will benefit as well. They will benefit as this state of being is truly infectious. And you also start to inspire others. So the affirmation of the day. Inspiration is constantly flowing through me at all times. I am inspired.
How beautiful.
Well done, everyone.
Yes, beautiful. Excellent. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. May you have an absolute blessed month ahead, and may you find something that inspires you and
Don't
brings
forget to
you
look
joy.
up.
All right. Be well.
Namaste.